Business is handled. Smoke break. Go home. Relax some nerves. Get on me some Call of Duty. My PlayStation work because I got the old one. Do what I need to do. But hey, I started looking at all the stuff that's going on in the news. Look like my flag is back. Hey YouTube, this is me. My name is James Williams. I'm one of your partners. I am smoking a cigar on my smoke break in my vehicle. I don't promote the sell of cigars. What I discuss on my smoke breaks are topics in the news. For example, getting ready to talk about Andrew Tate. He was all over Twitter, one of the biggest names in the news. Also, I'm going to talk about Kamala Harris, one of the biggest politicians out there. Also, I'll probably talk about the Olympics, one of the trending topics according to Google Trends. Each and everything I will be talking about will not only be from an informative perspective, a funny perspective, but also an educational perspective. All while I smoke my cigar and talk to the Dark Waters family. I want to thank each and every one of you guys who do the manual reviews because you do them faster and quicker and faster, and you are amazing. And I want to remind you, just take a look at those accounts who keep doing it. I'm going to ask you every day. All right, guys, watch this. I'll talk about it in my video that comes out at 7, but you know, I like Andrew Tate. I think Andrew Tate serves the purpose of taking a generation of young men and helping them be more manly. And there is a generation of young men that didn't fight. They didn't swing off swings. They didn't climb metal fences in the summer when it was hot and flip over them. And they didn't burn their wrists. And they didn't scratch their arms. And they don't have stitches. They didn't lose teeth. They didn't break arms. They didn't bust eardrums jumping on a bed with Q-tips in their ears. They just didn't do it. They didn't do it. And I think he's fantastic for that generation. However, what I do have a problem with Andrew Tate is when Andrew Tate comes out and challenges Christians based on his philosophies and tries to bring Christians into offense. And I'm going to say this. I don't think he's doing it intentionally. I think he finds himself offended. And because he's decided to go in a different direction religiously, he looks back and says, well, are you guys going to take this? Again, I like the dude. I think that dude's a living legend. I think when it comes to the information war, I mean, you don't get really, it's like he up there at the top. I just wish he would stop trying to lead people in a direction that don't work. I don't like it. So, for example, comes out and he says, they mocked Christianity. They mocked the most sacred thing about Christianity. And what are you going to do? You're going to sit here and you're going to tell me about the tenets of Christianity. Yeah, I am going to tell you, bruh. I am going to tell you. Because there's rules and laws to the kingdom. And he was like, if it was the other way around, we would have burned this city down. Absolutely. That's what you and your folks would have did. I believe you 100%. But that ain't what we called to do. And I'm going to tell you why we're not called to behave in that manner. Is because we have the just judge on our side. So now, is you supposed to go report that to the judge? Yo, judge, they're doing this. You need to handle that. Yes. Are you supposed to go in and talk about it and expose it? Absolutely. Bring attention to it, expose the people who did it. Are you supposed to boycott it? Absolutely. But see, the minute you start doing what Tate suggests you do, and let me say this. It really wasn't a suggestion, in all fairness to him. It was a comparison. But if you take that comparison and flip it and do it, what you're telling the just judge is he can't handle business. That he don't know what he doing. That he need your help to fix a problem. That you know better than him. And I submit to you, ladies and gentlemen, many of people, even Mr. Tate right now, is going through a phase where he's telling God he know better than him. He'll figure that out later. Many people go through that phase where they feel like they know better than God. They know how to handle it better than him. And then they go put their hands in it, and their hand get burnt. Come back with burns all on their fingertips because you know better. No, we ain't called to say we know better. Called to let the judge handle it. And I submit to you, again, that every time they do something like that, those people expose themselves. And if you really go look at people who have sense, they'll sit there and they're saying, no, the Olympics made a huge mistake with what they did. It was a massive mistake, what they did. And it really was. Yeah, I mean, it truly was. Like, because people just have the option to turn it off and not watch it. And people going to not watch it. Really that simple. I'm not watching this. And if you put some of it up on YouTube on your channel, I'm going to flag it. Because it doesn't follow the guidelines of YouTube at all. So, it's real simple. Ain't no need to get offended. Ain't no need to be brought into offense. Pray about it. Do something about it. But don't be running out acting a fool because you ain't called to do that. You're just not. And I say this to people like Andrew. Some of the God loves misfits. My God loves misfits. Go through all throughout the Bible. Majority of his most prominent people was misfits. So you turn into Christian men, many of which the Lord pulled out of pure craziness and saying, what y'all gonna do? Not realizing that the only reason why they don't do nothing is because they have him. The reason why they can have that peace and not have that same offense and anger that Tate describes and displays because they have him. And I say that from a man who's has his background, but from all the other men that I know that have extremely crazy backgrounds, they can sit there in peace because they got him. What you don't want is you don't want that peace to leave all those people. That's not what you want. Even though that's what he's saying, and doesn't realize what he's saying. I'm saying, why don't y'all step out of the peace that the Lord is giving you and step into the chaos? No, you don't want to see that. You don't want to see that. You that's something you don't want to see. I don't want to see it. I mean, I don't want to see that. I think people confuse silence for weakness, peace for weakness. More importantly, peace for weakness. That's a grave mistake and it's a huge error to make. You should never do that. It's just not something you should do. It's a terrible, terrible, terrible mistake to make. So we got that. So they did their little ritual. What was very significant about it was if you looked at the top trending thing on Google today, which, hey, YouTube, I'm talking about your Google Trends, by the way. It was Olympic Last Supper. That started trending this morning. As soon as it started trending, they started putting copyright claims in on everybody that was like covering it and showing footage of it, which is interesting because it lets you know that between last night when they did it and this morning, the blowback hit very swiftly. And in order for it to start trending early in the morning, that means people was looking at it throughout the night. And then this morning it spiked. It's still right now on Google Trends. It's probably number 2. So they did it, and the reaction was so swift that then they made another reaction. I'm gonna tell you this: they made a huge mistake by going on and saying, "Oh, we're gonna flag it and we're gonna copyright." That was an epic mistake. You should have never did that. All you did was draw even more attention to it. So, the way I see it, that's a gigantic L. I mean, a huge L for them. It wasn't really smart at all. It was an emotional decision. I will tell you, if you really look at the symbolism at them sitting at the table and then the supper being a demonic entity, meaning this is the covenant we're with. I mean, it shows you all that was there when you see it. You got everybody at the table. They lift the thing up, and it's a blue demonic entity. That's who they're in covenant with, and they were just parading it in front of you. I don't know. I don't look up demons to see which one it is, because I frankly don't care. But the symbolism overall shows you what it was. And they were saying, no, this is the covenant that we're trying to put you under. This one. With this thing. Screw yours. We want to put you in covenant with this. And it's not going to go well. It's not going to go well at all. It's not going to go well at all. If you could see, it's not going to go well. Somebody said they deleted it. I don't think they deleted it because I saw it about 30 minutes ago. You know, that stuff is out there. Once it hits the internet, people record that what they know. People know you can't delete none of it. Maybe they officially tried to delete it. But, bro, people got that. It's all over Twitter. It's all over TikTok. I'm not seeing much of it on YouTube, but I didn't really look for much of it on YouTube. But nonetheless, the point I'm making is that was an epic L. I mean, it was a loss. And at the rate at which things are going, for example, watch this. Look at all of the epic L's for the day. The epic L for the day was that the globalists took an L on that. Then here's another epic L. So Donald Trump goes to the Bitcoin conference and says, hey, I'm going to make sure we have a strategic reserve of Bitcoin for the nation. Kamala Harris goes to a Comic-Con. Another epic, massive L. Like, massive L. Super duper massive L. You know what I'm saying? And it's just, they're taking L's everywhere. They really are. If you elevate yourself to like 100,000 foot view, maybe 1,000,000 foot view, and look down, everywhere they're taking losses. Every maneuver that's made is leading to defeat. I think just that people, when they see it presented to them, which is a part of the process, it has to be presented to you so you can be aware of it. It's like when people come into awareness of it, I guess the initial phase is, oh, we're losing to them. No, them dudes is getting whooped all over the place. They're taking L's. I mean, they're literally taking L's. Think about it. The taller version of Joe Biden, that was caught immediately. Not tender. I mean, caught immediately. Caught immediately. The AI voice, caught immediately. The signature, caught immediately. You see what I'm saying? Like, it, point blank period, everything is being caught in real time. Now go back 4 or 5 years ago, the truth wasn't being revealed in real time. Not like this, and not to the masses like this. So they're taking L's, man. I ain't saying sit back on your laurels, but realize they're taking massive L's. I mean, massive, massive losses. All the way down to the World Economic Forum, having meetings where they complaining about, literally saying, we haven't been successful at anything we've done. We haven't been successful at this. We haven't been successful. Hopefully this will be successful, with frustration on their faces. Yeah. L's being taken. Think about from a media landscape. Think about the L the media just took. Watch this. I mean, a massive L. The media had to, within the past 2.5 weeks, they had to go from Joe Biden losing an election, clearly losing the election, trying to cover up the loss of the election, to the assassination of Donald Trump, to coming off the assassination of Donald Trump and trying to frame it as, watch the framing, as, oh, Donald Trump wasn't hit in the ear by a bullet, he was hit in the ear by a shrapnel. Is what the FBI director said. Then the FBI had to come back out and say, well, no, he was hit by a bullet, of course. He was hit by a bullet. So then they had to convince all those people that they told for years that Joe Biden was okay, that he's not okay. But you need to support Kamala. But you've been telling us we need to support this man because he's okay. But now you're telling me no, he's not okay. We don't apologize. We're not wrong, but you need to support this person. Massive L's on the like on the hardcore cultural front. The Diddy thing, the Jay-Z thing, massive L's provoked by Cat Williams and Jaguar Wright. L's. When you look at if you were to look at it like a battlefield, and you said financial realm, cultural realm, spiritual realm, political realm, and just look at it like it's just laid out in front of you. It's L's all over the place. You know what I'm saying? It's L's everywhere. You know what I'm saying? That's what it is. So when you start talking about globalist elites and what's going on, they're getting their butt whooped. They really are getting their butt whooped. But like any other opponent, they're gonna try not to show you a sign of weakness. They're gonna double down and triple down and quadruple down and keep on coming and keep on coming, keep on trying and keep on trying. That's why at the end of the day, excuse me, they have to be broken. Politically, financially, emotionally, they just gotta be broken. Their leadership has to just be arrested. I mean, it's just got to be what it's gonna be. That's what's gonna have to happen. You know what I'm saying? It's gonna be what it's gonna be. I'm sorry, guys. I really can't see the comments from this far. But so be a good cheer and be of good heart, even though you see them being disrespectful. Just realize that had to be a very fast judgment against them for the exposure to happen like that. If you follow what happens out, if you look at the natural realm and realize that what happens in the natural realm is a reflection of what already happened in the spirit realm, that was a quick judgment, super duper judgment, fast judgment. And so that's what it was. You know what I'm saying? That's what it was. So don't let them people get on your skin. And whatever you do, don't listen to people like Andrew Tate. When it comes to those things, I think when it comes to other things, he's on point. But when it comes to the religious aspect of it, I wouldn't follow no advice from him at all. I mean, I just wouldn't. You know what I'm saying? I just would not. Not saying he's a bad person at all, because I don't think he's a bad man. I just think he doesn't understand. And for example, there's things that I could say, like if there was a conversation and he talks about the quote unquote weakness of Christians, then I would talk about some of the immorality of what he represents, like baked in immorality. And say, okay, you choose which one you want to support. Tacit, baked in, written in immorality. You know what I'm saying? You choose which one you want. You choose turn the other cheek, or which in turn is letting the Lord avenge you, or these things. And that's just, I just think he needs to have conversations with men who are sons of God, as opposed to some of the people he's been like. He had a conversation with the old mob boss, Fran Cheesy, or whatever his name is. And he has to sit across from men like that will make him understand. You know what I'm saying? He gotta have conversations with men like that. If not, he's gonna keep on running that foolishness. You know what I'm saying? He's gonna keep running that foolishness. So I'm anticipating Monday starting another vicious news cycle. I was looking for things that rolled out this weekend that was really, really hardcore. So if you want to see what's starting for Monday, just wake up in the morning, hit New York Times, hit all the news cycles, and see what's being talked about. Because again, it's a week of L's, so something's got to hit the news cycle. Something's got to hit that cycle. Now, what it's going to be, I'm not sure, but something's got to hit the cycle. I want to thank you guys for all the likes, and all the thumbs up I've been getting on videos. It's awesome of you. I appreciate you guys. I got another t-shirt design coming back out today, and then I'm going to start highlighting those. I really like them. You're going to enjoy them. I'm trying to come up with the perfect thing about lizard people. Haven't found that yet, but I'll figure it out. But I got one that's do not obey, with kind of like in the movie, but telling people to put on their glasses. Then I got one that says, less politics, more Jesus. And then I got another one. I had a couple of them that I like, that I'm going to be wearing because I like them. You know what I'm saying? I'm really not with the last t-shirt I designed. I didn't really care for it. I bought it. I wore it once or twice. I was like, yeah, I can do without this one. You know what I'm saying? I got to like it. The emails went out to the people who replied about the documentary. So you do have your documentary. And I bought the movie tickets, but I still haven't figured out how to get them to give me my codes so I can give them directly to you. And maybe they email me by now. I don't know how it's gonna work. It seems like you might have to even watch it on your phone, which I think that might even be better for you guys to watch it on your phone. You'll be cool with watching on your phone. I kind of prefer somebody like go on a movie date, you and your wife, go to the movies, check it out, because it was real powerful in the movies. The Sound of Hope was super powerful in the movie theater. If you haven't seen the movie, you need to go see it. You really will like it. And we really have to start redirecting our money towards things that actually will help society. You know what I'm saying? We really do. For that to be in a movie theater by itself, it's a big thing. You know what I'm saying? Yep, we all out of bubble gum, baby. I like that. I might just use that, all out of bubble gum. Cardinals just left me, man. They were just chilling right there, looking, not even rolled out. I wonder where they're going. All right, 20 minutes. I want to get off of here so the search engine won't be boxing with the next video. And I'll see y'all tomorrow. I already got some stuff set to drop for y'all tomorrow, but I'll at least come holler at y'all one time tomorrow, because I'm going to wake up and see what I see. But it'll be at the church, so it'll be 12, 1, 2 o'clock. All right, peace out. Yeah, just